Alright, hello and welcome back to yet another No Name MAME game. Today's No Name MAME game is, of course, I'm Sorry. Now let's jump right in. So, in this game you're playing as a Japanese Prime Minister who evidently has to go around jumping and punching dudes in the face. It's one of those wacky games that I read about like a long time ago, but I never thought I'd actually play the game. And yet here I am, a couple years later, playing the game. Life has a funny way of working things out. So, oh okay, so he just punches through the iron doors. That's totally realistic. I see guys do that all the time. Just punching through stuff. Yeah, and it's also doing that comically weird thing where the fist just gets bigger than it ever should be, honestly. Oh! Fun fact, you cannot punch the barrels. I was playing this in the testing and I tried that. I'm like, oh, of course, his fist, it's indestructible, it can destroy everything. Of course it can destroy barrels. But no, much like Donkey Kong, you're completely vulnerable to the barrels. So I'm not entirely sure how you get to the next level. I mean, it seems a little too incriminating of a guy to, like, have him collect all the gold pieces to get to the next level. But, I don't know. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do as far as gameplay mechanics for this game, so we'll see. That's right, place your bets in the comment section below. Even though by the end... well, that was only a little kinky. Only a little kinky. No? We're not going in there? Fair enough. Oh, and we've got the Pac-Man tunneling going on, where if you walk through a door, then... well, then you show up in a random one. Sometimes you get barreled in the face, but, wow, that was 2 minutes, 49 seconds of... that doesn't... oh, it must be counting down, because my show timer doesn't say that. That is weird. I'll have to check out for the timer counting down? That's eerily specific. So, my name, as always, is Cat. Just going along with the theme of... yeah? Oh, okay, I thought for sure the game had frozen, but, turns out it's just a little buggy. Imagine that. Game, wacky game, 90s, no, this would be 80s, definitely. Arcade game, little problems, who knew? It's surprisingly difficult given... despite the, apparent simplicity of it. I also like how he, nicely punches the enemies onto, dry land. So he, like, punches them over the water onto dry land. I mean, sure, he's gonna beat the crap out of them, but at least he's considerate about it. I mean, come on. Let's be human beings about this. Whoa. I love the complete lack of perspective back in these old games. I mean, I like to advocate 2D as much as the next person, but I'll admit, sometimes it's a little weird. All duty is 999 of all the points. Unfortunately, yes, there we go. Oh yeah! Look at that, guys. And of course, the timer was actually counting down, so I'm not too insane. Oh, it starts at 3 minutes. Well, we can do this. I'm better at resets every time you die. Oh! Come on. But, if you noticed, he changed his weapon to a nice, stylish Japanese fan. Look, Nibarichi. Yeah. Is that a tennis court? Just doing all of this stuff in, just this park, playground place. So, I think this game was supposed to be some sort of coy political statement about the Prime Minister or something. I'm not 100% on this. That kind of begs the question of who the... whoa, is that a ghost? Oh, it's just a statue. Just a statue. We'll be fine. Oh gosh. That statue. It's kind of like the dry bones, I bet. He'll just crumple back up and come and kill me. Yeah! It's kind of like the Comic Zone. Remember every time he'd beat a level, he'd like turn into the superhero, he'd be like, oh yeah! And then you as the player would be like, WTF, mate. Yeah. So, evidently this game's a little confused, but I think I beat this level. Pretty sure I beat this level. You know what? Proactive statue control. That's just what this game is all about. Public mischief and mayhem. And maybe a little grand larceny. It's all in the title, folks. I'm sorry. Because you can't be sorry if you don't have something to be sorry for. Actually, that's nowhere near true. And I'm sure you've got that friend who, like, profusely apologizes for everything. Thus proving yet again that you can be sorry whenever you dang well please. Oh yeah! What? Come on. So... well, it complicates matters. Maybe he's a long-lost descendant of Atlantis and has to go into the pool. No, he's not. Can't even believe I thought that. Man, I'm getting those tangs all over again. Jeez. So is there a timer counting down on this at all? Because, I mean, you get guys entering in, like, their full names, and I can't even enter in, like, 3 little letters. The game just freaks out. Yeah, I'm tempted to put a heart, but apparently I can't do it. And you've got guys doing, like, G Wiener and Degodo or something. Let's scrutinize the, intro thing. As you'll notice, it cuts, like, right into the action. No startup or anything. That's kind of impressive for arcade games back in the day. But yeah, in the last level we had, like, Michael Jackson, evidently. Because Michael Jackson has everything to do with Japanese politics. You might say he's the, Billy Dean of Japanese politics. I meant Billy... I meant that song, you know? Pop culture reference, fail. But evidently we've got Neo-Barack Obama in this game. I'm not entirely sure why Barack Obama's in this game, but, evidently, Japanese video game arcade makers. The Nostradamus of Japanese politics. Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about it. I mean, it is, on the surface, a wacky, crazy game that I'm assuming is some sort of horrendous political statement. But once you get down to it, it's kind of yet another vague, no-name MAME game. So, I mean, you boot it up, and if you didn't have any of this context, it wouldn't mean anything at all to you. I don't know, it's just kind of weird. Just all of these games in MAME, and how, if you play them in MAME, you kind of lose all of the experience. You kind of lose all of the experience of, like, playing them in arcades and, like, knowing what each of these games are. You just lose it. It's kind of weird, but at the same time, you can still play it whenever you want. You don't have to worry about any of your local arcades going out of business or anything. So, I don't know. I don't think it's, like, good or bad either way. I think it just is. Things change. That being said, I could definitely do without enemies stripping your main character to their underwear and, like, slapping them on the ass repeatedly. I could do with that. Oh, 1985. That's, well, it's later than Frogger. It's earlier than... I don't even know. Huh. Well, this has been fun, but this cat's got a scat.